this is how it starts, I guess. Today, anyway.
It is all the more tragic in that they were young. But had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they would see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. The events of that day would lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths, in particular Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother Franklin. It is all the more tragic in that they were young. But had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became
country music
the events of that day
country music from this band Roger Bartlett is in a movie, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I quote it often in the book I wrote about it, but we weren't allowed to use it for this performance because we didn't improvise it.
Is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths, in particular Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother Franklin. It is all the more tragic in that they were young. But had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths, in particular Sally Hardesty and her invalid brother Franklin. It is all the more tragic in that they were young. But had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished to see as much of the mad and macabre as they were to see that day. For them, an idyllic summer afternoon drive became a nightmare. The events of that day were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hi, Josiah. around the register, dragsploitation.
I don't know what that means, but I did write it in my book, so I guess it means something. Can we go louder, Sean?
Is dragsploitation a word, or did you just make it up? That was just rhetorical. Hi Rachel.
Hi, Janae.
Hi Janae. Hi Sean. Oh, this relates to me. That's not what it says. But going on bloody hole in.
This bit's going on, isn't it? Right? I really dug myself a bloody hole to get this show out.
Sure did.
I don't know what I mean when I wrote that in the book in the first time. No idea. What does it mean to you?
I'm not going to tell you. But you can guess. You need it. Nobody out there, no phone here.
There's no phones here. No, but the ticket.
Is that true? Is it even true?
Well, I think people have them, but they're not.
Did they get confiscated?
No, they're not using them as well.
Oh god, I was going to say, that's so old school.
But like, it's like this common thing in like horror movies where like modern audiences are like, oh, they should have just used their cell phones and shit. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like in like a suspended reality or whatever, where people don't have access to any of the aid that they normally might.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And people should run faster in horrors.
So true.
So true.
We'll come back to that later maybe. Toby Hooper is dead. Dear Toby. They say your movies belong to those without taste, and maybe they do, but if this is the case, I am proud to have no taste, and I am proud because of you. You make movies out of cracks, and from those cracks seep pure desire. I will never forget the end of Mortuary, when a pure outburst of love is gifted to a social exile who for so long lived among graves. I refuse to forget Leatherface wearing human skin as a mask to slip outside of his own body. Did you love yours? The end of spontaneous combustion suggests that death is only an extension of life, a phase change into an elemental state of being, and perhaps the rest of your films remedy this too. Pain is essential, sifting the negative from the positive. I have lived a more positive life because you have exercised things I didn't know needed exercising. Now I need someone to exercise your vacancy, but this may never happen. To date, no one has approached the feelings you conjure inside me. I do not believe in an afterlife, but I hope there is one for you. A second chance to be remembered the way you should be, or a first chance to make the career choices you regretted later on, that I don't know about, that you've only hinted at. You appreciated all beliefs, appreciated the eyes of the child staring at the older generation as aliens, the eyes of the persecuted individuals devoured by systematic problems they couldn't even conceive of. I do not believe in resurrection either, though I know that our bodies regenerate. Do our ideas? Does the outdated idea of a soul? I feel like perhaps the answer here is that they do. I've watched everything you filmed, often thrice, and in some instances upward of 10 times. Each viewing was a small revelation, another confrontation with corners of a labyrinth I sometimes don't even know exists. You will always be my vampire, loving at night time and colouring the daytime with melancholy antiquities. My soul continues exploding again and again because of you. I continue resurrecting myself. Maybe in another life I will see you again, long after our bodies have become mangled by dirt and seeds and oil, long after the ground we lie on has been paved over with new roads, and long after these roads have run empty. Stay mysterious and leave like you came. Suddenly, I miss you. Jay.
At exactly the right time, all while.
There's this other idea in the horror genre about timing, and it's related to the idea of the final girl. Yeah, let's establish this now.
Yeah, because you put final girl in your story,
story,
and it was a photo of me, and I don't know what it was.
Okay, so like the final girl in horror is like the person that survives to the end of the movie, right? And, yeah, like normally they survive like because they're a virgin or they haven't done drugs or like they're completely pure.
Virgin?
In all of the like ways of the world. Yeah, and they're normally like blonde and stuff. So like in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Sally, who survives to the end, she's the only blonde one I think. And she doesn't smoke weed, she's not into astrology, like she's like a straight up girl and she survives. And it's kind of like her like moral reward or whatever.
Fuck.
Yeah. Taking the anxiety out of the atomic age, once more with feeling, Toby. 19 December 2019, Visa purchase, Spotify PODE, card number 4835, asterisk, 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 4919, 749, 084. 19 December 2019, FPOS, What the Sushi, card number 4835, asterisk, 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 4919, 550, 833. 19 December 2019, Visa purchase, Coffee Culture, card number 4835, asterisk, 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 4919, 5, 1383. 19 December 2019, Visa purchase, Coffee Culture, card number 4835, asterisk, 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 4919, 480, 1883. 19 December 2019, Visa purchase, Pack and Save card number 4835, asterisk, 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 4919, 169, 2363. 19 December 2019, ATM debit, ANZ S3B5363 Westfield Brit, card number 4835, asterisk, 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 4919, 20, 2532. I'm Dangerous Tonight, 1990. Narratively, we're looking at Salem's Lot, the remake, but formally this is travelling right on back to 1969, recalling many of the greatest moments from Eggshells, the focus on human beings, but more importantly, the fact that these human beings are defined by our temporal understanding of their location, with a little less accomplishment. The overwhelming fervour of Hoover's early work is sorely missed in some of his 90s work, but luckily the incredibly real focus on tone above all else would be revisited and improved upon by the time he made The Man.
Busy. Facts. Everyone thought they knew something, nobody else.
I wrote this book when I was like 17 or 18, and I was thinking about all of the things that make the teenage world a kind of particularly strange, enclosed world of information and informational transfer and stuff. And the world of horror operates in this way too, where like some people see an omen of their own impending death or an omen of something in general. Yeah, what did I say?
In the book.
Now, we'll move on. It may be most interesting to examine this with the understanding that it's about a cursed piece of cloth. Hoover films tend to focus on an object at the core of a narrative, and then abstracting it. Of course, in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and its sequel, the focus is on the titular chainsaw. Later in The Mangler, he would explore the means by which a demonic washing machine thirsting for virgin blood can impede on the natural state and order of existence. All this leads me to consider that the great director is probably terrified of human existence. He finds horrors in the mundanities, the things we learn to accept. Hoover looks at a red cape and wonders if something we wear can change us. He looks at a household appliance and wonders if it's possible for capitalism to eat us alive. Sometimes he explores the inanimacy of a dead body as if to ask the question, is something horrific gone just because we can no longer interact with it? No surprises, then, that he never gives us a concrete answer, instead raising a number of existential points and disappearing back into the shadows to make another derided masterwork. Which leads me to Hoover's later work. I've strayed far from the topic of this film itself by now, and I'm to continue. From Toolbox Murders onward, he examines one thing and one thing only: the idea that society and other people will eat us alive. No longer is he terrified of objects, the things that take on a different shape when viewed in a different light. He's terrified of his audience, and the fact that he's alone in a world critical of him that claims to understand, yet really threatens to swallow him whole. The film which you are about to see is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 5 youths. In particular, here is a list of things that happened during the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Some glimpses of a 3-course meal before we understand Jesus hangs his body from the Petron cross. Jesus is not embalmed and looks a crusty fucker like the rest of us. The radio sings a hillbilly tune and the news asks for rewards like it's an underage boy on Grindr. Health officials in San Francisco reluctantly admit they may have a cholera epidemic on their hands. You yawn and bleed on my map. Suicide of a young man angered by a television blackout of a sports event. Everything goes red. Something philosophical happens, and for a jaunt split second it seems hard to breathe. The screen is the color of your skin. Outside the cinema, the sun shines brightly. Inside the cinema, the moon inverts light and reflects on itself. This is how false consciousness works. Inserting, raping, tendrils of consciousness shrink, thrilling everyone into nipples, and a kitchen sink drama begins. Your pedophile eye seems like it loves my body. The state highway paves the back of your flesh. An armadillo lies belly up between your ass cheeks, collapsed today. A bunch of teenagers believe it's happening the way it is. It's astonishing.
I wrote that when I was feeling really egotistical about what I know. And yeah, the more I grew, the more I realised I don't know much about the world at all, and I shouldn't be giving advice in my book. So.
Pinch yourself and you may find out that it is. Pinch yourself and you may find out that it is. Pinch yourself and you may find out that it is. Pinch yourself and you may find out that it is.
Pinch yourself and you might find out what it is. Pinch yourself and you might find out what it is. Pinch yourself and you might find out what it is. Pinch yourself and you might find out what it is. Pinch yourself and you might find out what it is. Pinch yourself and you might find out what it is. Pinch yourself. 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 Pinch yourself.
Focus is on the titular chainsaw later in the manual.